Welcome back, YouTube, to this week's, I guess, bi-weekly now, painting update. So, really had to keep my feet to the fire on this one to get these guys completed in the couple day time frame. A little bit more work went into these than I expected. Just the blending on the horse skins and the transitions that took longer. Uh, the bright colored cloth for the horses and the reins and that stuff, because I was using those pastelly purples, oranges, and yellows. Those took longer than expected. Took lots of coats, and then I couldn't get. I had problems getting the consistency of my paint right. I was thinning them a little too much, and they would run, and then I'd have to do touch ups. So they took a little bit longer than expected. I really liked the models. I don't think I did justice to the models, but the models themselves are actually really, really cool. Uh, let's see here. So this is one of the black horses I did here. In the bronze, all I did was, I did Retributor's armor with a thick coat of Agrax, and then I just dried brush back over the Retributors. So the effect on the bronze turned out okay. I'm okay with the bronze and how that turned out. You can see here I did, this guy has the yellow reins there. Yeah, I mean they turned out okay. I don't think I did them justice. They're really good. They're really cool, interesting models. I was really stoked to paint them, even with like how long they took. I did some blacks and browns and a couple of chestnuts. This is one of the brown ones I did. This one turned out okay, I think. And some of the chestnuts. Here's one of the chestnuts. The chestnuts I did were two different. So that one turned out okay too. That's one of the chestnuts. I accidentally went to the paint store and thought I was buying a different color than what I actually bought. I accidentally bought a US Fill Drab, but I thought I was buying a different brown, and I was like, screw it. I'm gonna paint this horse with this Fill Drab. Yeah, I mean the horses themselves are just pretty awesome sculpts with the barding on them and whatnot. It's one of my favorites. One of my other light browns, I guess, not really chestnut. Yeah, so that's 12. I'm counting, since this is a 12 horse unit of cavalry, I'm counting it as 24 miniatures because, horses take just as much long, maybe if these particular ones too, even longer than what a miniature would take. So I am counting them as, this unit of 12 horsemen is going to count as 24 for my tally. So once I am done with this 24-man unit, I'll put my tally up at 50. My fun painting time draws near though, and I think I'm only gonna probably get about 75 miniatures painted, which is, I'm not disappointed. That's still a lot of great miniatures painted in the time that I was able to have to paint. Not quite the 100 that I wanted to do, but I think that's okay because I got a lot of stuff done. Unfortunately, prep time, I always miscount for prep time. I had to drill the hands out and glue the spears in on all the actual horsemen themselves, and that took time. And I spent a day fully organizing my foundry Greeks into units and just getting them all organized, ready. Not really prepped. They're not prepped for painting. They don't have like spears glued on them and clean. I haven't done the cleanup on them, but I have them all in bags of 24-man units or 16-man units, whatever they are. So they're pretty much ready to go on that front. And then, I'm still getting ready for my new job. Like tomorrow I got to go do my drug test. I had to spend like 8 hours doing my security clearance stuff for, because I have to have a secret military clearance for the job I'm getting. And that kind of stuff. It just still I helped my friend move yesterday because he's moving to a different city. So like, just I didn't have free reign just to paint every single day. I think I still got to paint 4 days a week on average. Each one 3 to 4 hours a day. I could paint 4 hours today, but not quite as much as I was hoping to get done. I really wanted to paint more. I'm actually surprisingly not burnt out. Still going pretty. I still want to paint more. I'm still motivated to paint. So we'll see what I can get done here. I might actually have 4 weeks because it's looking like, just because of how long it took me to get like my drug test and all that stuff done, that it's looking like I might not even start till like March 1st now. So yeah, other than that, everything's going pretty good. That's this update here. I posted my video on wargaming subjects. I read a lot of the comments from Von Ketteringham's video, and a lot of the comments seem to be, "Oh, I won't ever participate in a game with Waffen SS, or I won't participate in a game that involves European colonialism." And I kind of laugh at that. I really find it hard to laugh I really find it hard that that's where people draw their lines, because it's like, I can point to dozens of other wars which people considered were quote unquote clean or nice wars, and they weren't. Like, they just weren't. Like, look what Cromwell did to the Irish. I mean, look what, like, okay, these people have no problem gaming like Romans. Okay, well, after Teutoburg Forest, what do you think Germanicus did? Like, they committed genocide against the Germans that lived across the Rhine. But that's okay. I'll game the Romans, or like the Romans at the third Punic War, salted the earth of Carthage. But that's okay, and sold everybody into slavery. But that's okay. I'll game, the Punic Wars or whatever. And it's like, eh, And the same goes for like the Crusades. I can rattle off a dozen of wars in which, you know, atrocities, quote unquote atrocities, were committed, but people still game those. It's just funny that it's like, oh, I can't game the Waffen SS because they murdered people. Well, I hate to break it to you, that's what all war is. It's murder. A lot of it's indiscriminate. So it's just like, if you draw your line on that, then you're not going to be able to war game a lot of stuff. You're going to be stuck to like the 100 Years' War and stuff, where knights would take prisoners and sell each other in the Age of Chivalry. But that's been debunked too. Like, none of all those wars, like, they weren't fought clean. The British did raping and pillaging in those wars, like in France. So like, I don't know what people expect from war. They think like two countries that are committed to sending people to kill each other are gonna be nice in some circumstances but not in others. It's like, no, it's usually how it works, not today with the West, but how it used to work is war was total. All war was total war, and you did whatever it took to win the war, right? As long as like resources permitting. So I'm getting a call in the middle of my video. So yeah, that's my little rant on people that like won't war game European colonialism or Waffen SS. It's like, it's crazy. It's just bananas. I mean, it's all war. If you're okay doing Greeks and Romans or medieval, you're okay doing colonialism and Waffen SS stuff too. I promise you. So yeah, and then it just shows how ignorant people really are. Like, you can look at Russia and what Russia did in World War II. Like, Russia deported the entire population of Chechnya to Siberia for 10 years because they supposedly sided with the Germans. Like so many atrocities on multiple sides were committed. So it's just hilarious. It's just hilarious, but how people justify things in their own mind, ignorantly, I might add. But yeah, that's my little rant right there. But to each their own. We're all free humans, and if you decide not to game European colonialism because you think it's racist and bad. You're right. You're just not intelligent in my book. So until then, guys, keep on painting, and I'll talk to you later.